It's official, guys. I'm going to Spa-Francorchamps this year, 26th of August. I'm going to the free practice, and I'm super excited about it as we are now at the Belgium Grand Prix. We need to renew or manage a sponsor. I'm thinking we are going for a new one, maybe one with a better weekly income and goal bonus. So let's have a look at that. But I will be vlogging the Spa-Francorchamps day that I will be having there, and of course I will be uploading it to YouTube. I think the Tuesday after that. It depends on when the Formula 1 Manager 2022 game will come out. I thought it was the 25th, so that will be before I even go to Spa. It will be super nice. So yeah, main activities as usual, and maybe a upgrade at the facilities. I'm going to increase the development simultaneously for the powertrain, as we are lacking some straight line speed. And I wanted to do an upgrade already, but that is not possible until that until that upgrade is done, of course, to the facility. But let's move on from the upgrades. We have a new rival that we need to choose, or maybe we've chosen it already. I don't know, but we have it once again here. Esteban Ocon is the one that we are going for, as we had last time around. No rival anymore. But I didn't want a rival, as I've just signed a sponsor that said that I need to outqualify my rival. So as long as I don't have a rival, it will all be good. But let's get into the weekend and let's see what we can do here at my home Grand Prix, of course. You can see, to save myself some time, I'm doing the quick practice. I'm doing it at all the circuits that I'm going in Season 1 for now, at least. Just because I want to give you all the best possibility to see my videos in the schedule that I have for myself. So resource points, we have 742, and our teammate also had some, which leads to a total of 1200, and some development boost, of course, as well. Now, we are not here for some development boost, so let's just get into the qualifying. And let's just get out of the garage already. As you can see, it's raining. Let's just hope that isn't going to happen on Friday when I'm there. I will be taking some beautiful shots and also talk a little bit to you guys. If you see me, you can always come to me and say hello. Of course, I'm not famous at all or something. But you can see I'm having a little bit of a spin coming out of Radia, of course. Some people think it's ROUGE, but ROUGE is the corner just before that, and letting Magnussen and my teammate through, as we don't want to collide with anyone. I'm putting down my ERS deployment, but you can see now we are in our lap here, and you can just see how little grip we have. It's just like we are on ice, so it's just trying to catch a car and not put it down the barrier, because we want to keep it in one piece. Of course, every race we want to win, but our car isn't ready for that yet, as we put in a slow lap, which is 12 seconds slower than Nicholas Latifi, so you know it's really slow when it's slower than him. But we go for another lap and it's 10 seconds faster, but it's still too slow to catch up to Nicholas.
This rain could be with us for a while.
I asked what the rain is going to do, but they said it's not going to...
I'd take a set of intermediates in these unpredictable conditions.
It's not going to dry up, and you can hear Mark saying that I should go for the intermediate, and it's something new, because normally they would say the tires, because it's unsuitable tire warning that I get. they would always say that tire that is suitable to the thing, to the track. That would Mark say to me, but this time he said like, just go for it and do something, which is maybe a little bit of a risk, but let's see if we can get some performance from that. As we are coming to the last, last corner, you can see it's still not fast enough. You just need to get to the dry track because it's one of my favorites, and I do have some paces, but it's just a car which isn't up to pace. And Pierre Gasly setting a time with the wet compound of tires and still a lot faster than me. As you can see, only 4/10 away from Latifi and more than half a second away from my teammate, but the pace just isn't there yet. We need to do some upgrading.
Welcome along then to the Belgian Grand Prix, the race that gave us the maiden victory for the Jordan team back in 1998. And in the same team, the phenomenal debut of a young Michael Schumacher. There's always something special just around one of the many corners of this fan favourite circuit. Spa-Francorchamps today, a circuit that spans 4.35 miles. There are tons of elevation changes along the way too. 19 corners making up this circuit, with 9 of those to the right and the remaining 10 to the left. This track's a great one for fans of pure speed, and the average lap speed comes close to a whopping 145 miles per hour. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Hamilton, George Russell and Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, Mick Schumacher, Leclerc and Yuki Tsunoda, Gasly, Ocon, Sebastian Vettel and Sainz, Albon, Joe, Lance Stroll and Valtteri Bottas, Liam Lawson, Latifi, the engineer, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And alongside me once again for coverage of today's race is none other than the great Anthony Davidson. Let's talk briefly about Lando Norris. That was a great win in the last race, but can they keep that momentum going into this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
I know this is your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Let's not make any unnecessary risks.
I'm not going to take any risk at all in the first lap. You can see the lights are coming on, and when they're out, we're on the way for the Belgian Grand Prix, of course. Magnussen and Carlos Sainz having a penalty once again, just like last episode. If you have missed that one, go check it out. Link in the description, of course. Having a little bit of a dive bomb to Lassour and coming back to P21, but we are trying to have a look down around the outside, and there's actually a big crash. Lance Stroll is out of the race, and also it's Nicholas Latifi. Let's see what happened there. It's a virtual safety car. How is this a virtual safety car, mate? Please tell me it's a safety. Yes, it's a safety car, of course. But what happened there? You can just see. I said I don't take any risk in the first lap, but Nicholas just collides with me and he loses his left front tire. And the same for Lance Stroll. He just crashes with some other guys, and that's just a race over for those two, which promotes us up into P19. But a big crash at ROUGE as we are finishing the safety car period in lap 3, coming into lap 4 already. So let's just see what we can do here at the restart. We have a bad exit out of the bus stop chicane, and now Magnussen is going to have a look for maybe an overtake, but we almost collide with Valtteri Bottas as we need to turn a little bit to the left to not get our front wing damaged. And now you can see there's a little bit of a gap forming between me and Bottas. We need to lift a little bit through Eau Rouge, as you can see, as we don't have the same downforce as they did last year here at this track. A lot of Dutch flags, of course, for Max Verstappen, and we are trying to block off Magnussen not to get overtaken by him, as we want to stay with the drivers in front of us. We don't need to battle that much with Magnussen. We just need to keep him behind for as long as possible. You can see our teammate is in P17, so that means that we are on a good level of pace for now. But of course there's only been 6 cars so far this race. And as you can see, the end of lap 4, and Magnussen is going to have a look around the outside at turn 1. I have a little bit of a log up maybe at my rear tires, which gave me a little bit of an overshot coming into turn 1, but we managed to keep him behind for now. But here he comes side by side through radio. Can we let it stick? Yes, we can. It's still P19 for us at the moment. Oh my god, guys, it is so amazing, this race. Lap 5 coming to an end here in sector 3, and Magnussen put it down the inside for the last sector. As you can see, we have some ERS that we can use now to defend from that and come back to P19. It's still no points, of course, but we are still in front and having a track limits warning. It's already our first warning, and it's only lap 5 of 22. Bottas and Lawson also having a little bit of a battle, and Lawson losing out to that 17th position. Maybe we are losing our 19th position to Magnussen as well, but we want to have that DRS. Of course, we could have just gone for the DRS from Lawson, but I didn't know if I would stay within that 1 second gap, of course. And now we are once again through ROUGE, and you can see I have a little bit of a snap of oversteer, which almost ended my race, but nothing major happened, luckily. You can see me coming through the corners after the Camel Straight, and Lawson is battling with Magnussen as Lawson is now down to P19. We try to have a look down at Brussels, but there is nothing to see there coming into No Name corner. But here after the long left hander, you can see I put it down the inside. No contact between the two teammates, which is really great. We don't want to give our teammate damage, but we want to overtake him. As you can see, the gap to Magnussen is already almost 2 seconds, and that gap only gets bigger and bigger. So yeah, you can see our team is not having the greatest of races here at the home Grand Prix, of course. But Lawson trying to overtake me once again, but just before the DRS zone, he is in front of me, needing to cut the track once again and having a little bit of contact with our teammate. No damage, luckily, for now, of course, and having the DRS on our teammate to defend from that 20th position, to not get that position, of course. As we are now coming into lap 10, it's time for us to go and pit for some hard tires. Lawson once again trying around the outside of Lasov, but not happening this time, of course. You can see I want my engineer to talk, as I previously told him to be quiet, but he's not answering anything. So I needed to see if I needed to pit this lap. As you can see, the blue icon of the tools that say that I needed to pit. And once again, after No Name corner, you can see putting it down the inside. I will be sitting here, of course, the 26th of August, when I'm here at the circuit in real life, and it will be just amazing. But you can see two teammates battling for that last position, because we don't want that, of course. Coming into the pits in lap 10, our teammate is going 1 lap longer, of course. You can't double stack here, it's just losing too much time. And let's see if we can have a good turn in. It's a optimal turn in, and that means that we have a 2.2 or 2.5 second stop. I thought it would be a slow stop once again, as the right front tire wasn't coming off as it should, but we still have a stop of 2.4 seconds. So now let's have a look what the gap is between us and our teammate coming out of the pits. He is right now overshooting the first corner a little bit, which gives Liam that little bit of a time advantage, coming into that beautiful corner once again. ROUGE and Radio coming onto the Camel Straight, but you can just see if I didn't overshoot that corner, we would have been within that 1 second. But Alexander Albon out of the race right now. What happened to him? Is it a crash or is it a mechanical failure? It seems like it's a mechanical failure, so that's sad for him, of course. But good for us. So we now are in P19 and P18. Of course, we want that P18 because it's good for our ego, of course, to finish in front of our teammate. Once again, lap 15 battling with our teammates. Maybe we had a little contact. I didn't feel anything, so maybe just made a mistake and overshot that first corner after Camel Straight, of course. 10 seconds is the gap between us and Magnussen now. Schumacher had a little bit of a mechanical issue, but nothing serious to needing to retire. And you can now see in lap 18 is getting darker and darker. That means it's going to rain in the next couple of laps. And you know when you need to pit for the intermediates and you just go past the start training straight and the pit lane, you know you are just a little bit fucked because this lap is almost 2 minutes long. The longest on the F1 calendar, of course. But the gap remains the same between us and Lawson. And no rain for now. Will it happen in the last couple of laps? As you can see now, it's starting to rain a little bit. The dries are still the fastest tire, but we go around the outside as we want to take that opportunity to get some DRS as long as it's available to us, of course. Coming through ROUGE and Radio for almost the last time. The next time we go through it is the penultimate time that we need to go through it. Can we go down the inside of our teammate? Yes, we can. Of course we can. It's our team. We are the team boss. But we overshoot the corner massively, which gives Liam the opportunity to come back. And you can see how much time we lost there in that one corner. Unbelievable. So yeah, once again, it's only 2 laps remaining at this track after this one. So let's see what we can do. The penultimate time through ROUGE and Radio. You can see having to struggle, having to maintain the car within the white lines of the track because we are struggling quite a lot. As you can see, Lawson almost 2 seconds ahead of us. But with these hard tires which are already worn, you can just see that we are struggling. No grip at all. The AI have some OP stress or something that they have grip. But no, we crash into the wall. It's race over for us with only 1 lap to go after this one. It's unbelievable. Let's have a replay of that. You can see coming through these corners after the Camel Straight and just having a little bit of oversteer which we needed to correct, and it's put us straight into the wall. This means that we have a DNF at a home Grand Prix. This is not good for us. This is not good. The pace wasn't there for our team, not only for me but also for Liam. So yeah.
It was a magnificent race and a drive right out of the top draw to take the win for Red Bull today. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, staying out of trouble was probably the most important factor here. In the race where half the field weren't classified at the checkered flag, you were able to guarantee a good result by basically keeping the car running. With their pace and a decent strategy as well, I don't think the race was ever really in doubt.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently, and it's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be so proud of the victory they've secured here.
So it's a 1-2 for Red Bull here at the Belgian Grand Prix. Of course, our DNF doesn't help with getting our team some extra crash extra cash, not crash. We do get some extra crashes, of course, but this will cost us quite a lot to repair that car in time for Zandvoort, of course, next race. But let's just see what the results were for the rest of the grid, of course. You can see Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez in 1 and 2. I don't know where Norris is, but he had a DNF as well.
Showed exactly how to manage yourself out on
Did
the
he?
track today. He was almost
When did he get a DNF? Did I miss that? Okay, so I missed that he had a DNF even before us. So, I don't know. Maybe we didn't see it. But our team acclaim is still going up. As you can see, out qualifying your rival, we don't get any bonus for that, even though we don't have a rival. And you can see quite a lot of damage for the both of us. So yeah, not much cash coming into the bank for us this time around. But that was it for the Belgian Grand Prix. Let's see what our marketing department is, or are we going to see that next time around? No, we are going to look at it now. It's once again the rivalry, and it's Ocon that we are going to choose as Lando Norris. It's just a little bit better. But that was it for the Belgian Grand Prix, of course. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, it means a lot to me. And I will see you in the next video. Have a good one. Goodbye. Man, oh look.